Hello, I'm ETarte, once a Catholic priest for 5 years in the 1960s, now an atheist, which means I find no credible evidence for the existence of any God. Recently, as many of you know from my videos, I presented to my local dialoguer, Catholic priest Fr.TJ, a situation in which a wife was assured by a doctor that if she had another pregnancy, she would almost certainly die, so she should have her fallopian tubes tied. When the doctor told her this, her Catholic priest was present, and the priest told her that having her tubes tied would be intrinsically and seriously sinful, and that she must not have it done. After the doctor and the priest had left, the wife's husband, who had also been present, in great anger opposed what the priest had said. That is the situation which I presented to TJ. He made a video response which he entitled Moral Quandary. In it, he also opposed what the priest had said.
The Catholic Church has firmly stood against birth control throughout her history. However, this situation, I think, is definitely an exception to the rule. The more that I'm associated with the Catholic Church, the more that I see, I'm realizing that I think God is a lot more understanding than the Catholic churches or sometimes her representatives.
TJ may not have had the courage to say it explicitly, but that was a diplomatic way of saying the Catholic Church is wrong. This is a serious situation. One of TJ's commenters, a devout Catholic, said, "The direct goal of tying the tubes is to prevent pregnancy. That is an intrinsic moral evil. What TJ says in that matter is heresy, that is, not in accordance with Catholic teaching," unquote. Another commenter, atheist ex-Christian, looked it up in the Catholic Catechism and quoted section 2377. Every action which, whether in anticipation of the conjugal act, or in its accomplishment, or in the development of its natural consequences, proposes, whether as an end or as a means to render procreation impossible, is intrinsically evil, unquote. That certainly includes tying a woman's fallopian tubes. Here is the situation. TJ has opposed and violated his church's teaching on a very important matter of morality. The Catholic Church insists that it is not acceptable for him nor for any other Catholic to do that. A Catholic must accept all of the Catholic Church's teaching. He or she may not pick and choose. And if it is a serious matter, as this matter most certainly is, opposing the Catholic Church's teaching on the matter is a mortal sin. That means that if the person does not repent, he or she will go to hell. But there is something else to consider. The Catholic Church also teaches that a person who follows his or her conscience does not sin, even if the person's conscience is incorrect. So does that exonerate TJ? According to what I was taught in the seminary, it does not. I was taught that in the case of a Catholic priest, the priest has been thoroughly trained in the supreme goodness and correctness of the Catholic Church, so a priest has no excuse for disobeying the Church. So here's the bottom line. As far as I can determine, as things stand now, Fr.TJ is in a very difficult situation. A situation which could be described as untenable. So here is, in my opinion, the most important sentence in this video. Fr.TJ, you are too good for the Catholic Church. Some commenters agree with me. Atheist ex-Christian said in what I think is a marvelous comment, quote, Fr.TJ, Someone of your caliber can't possibly achieve one's full potential when stifled by a bigoted, corrupt, evil church like Catholicism. I see you as a social worker free to administer to the health and well-being of the world, free without the shackles of 20th century prejudices and a Bronze-Aged Middle Eastern text, meaning the Bible, that has no credible evidence whatsoever. Unquote. Atheist ex-Christian, you said it beautifully. As I make this video, I have quite a bit of competence, for I was a Catholic priest from 1963 to 1968. The time came in my priesthood when I became too good for the Catholic Church. I was guilty of multiple mortal sins of heresy. There was a period of several months' transition when I remained a priest, but when the time was right, I left the priesthood and the Catholic Church and became a math teacher. That was the smartest decision that I have ever made in my entire life, to counteract my earlier decisions to become a Catholic and a priest, which were the dumbest decisions that I have ever made in my entire life. Repeating, TJ, you are too good for the Catholic Church. To all of you, thank you for watching this video.